Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Put Me Over podcast, episode 49. How you doing? I am your host, Andrew Gomez, a.k.a. The Mez, joined today by two of the best co-hosts you can ask for in the world. To my left, we have the 10th wonder of the world, Dickalicious himself, Richard Garcia.
How's it going, everyone? Ooh.
And rounding out the crew for today, we have everybody's favorite uncle, the $100 man, Bobby Diaz.
What's up, baby?
Great to be in the studio today. Byron is not here today.
That butt AIDS got him, man.
I don't think he's a 49er fan.
Yeah, that must be it, right?
That has to be it.
I mean, I miss him. He's not here. But we're going to do it without him. Good luck to Byron wherever you are tonight. I have a small confession to make, guys.
Confess.
Off the top of the show. I was doing good for a little while. I lost a little bit of weight, and it has come back with a vengeance.
Ooh.
I went from like losing 30 pounds to like a net of like 10 pounds now. And like the shirts are starting to feel tight again. It's not a good look.
Got to get back on that wagon, dude.
I really do. It's a little
Consistency is key, my friend.
and I was doing so good for a while, and then I just was like, I can have some pizza here. I can have some Wingstop here. And it just bled into like a
Just eat whatever,
every day
eat
now.
whatever you
Now
want.
it's every day, bro.
That sucks, man.
Just get back on it, dude.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
all I could say.
This is supposed to be a funny bit, but
It's-
you guys, come on. You guys make fun of me. You guys can roast me if you want.
We're here for moral support, bro. You quitter.
Come on, man. We're here. We're your friends.
Hey, man, why do you have a slice of pizza in your hand? What the fuck?
That was from earlier.
God damn, dude.
I didn't eat it. I didn't.
Why is
eat
there
it.
You know, the whole point of confessing means you're not doing it again. Instead, you're just you're making it worse, bro. Put it down.
I only had one thing to eat today. I just had a sandwich.
That's not good.
No, the problem was it was an ice cream sandwich.
Ooh, there it is.
I love that joke.
Heyo.
Let's see what else. I went to the dentist. Well, we can get into this a little bit.
Hey. I gotta go to the dentist tomorrow, dude.
Do you really?
I really do.
What are you getting done?
Get my wisdom teeth pulled.
I thought you were gonna say breast implants.
Oh, and penis enlargement. I know a guy.
They do that at the dentist? Is that like
I
a
know
Mexican dentist?
A Mexican dentist, dude.
Damn.
Wisdom tooth taken out. That can't be fun.
Wisdom tooth / dick enhancement.
Oof.
So
You're already enhanced as it is.
I'm gonna be super enhanced.
You're gonna go to 9,000.
Oh, my mouth will probably be like really, really sore and shit, or not. Who knows?
Mouth and dick,
Mouth
both
and dick,
sore.
Yeah.
I've gone to the same dentist for a while now, and I don't like it. They suck. They just gouge me for a bunch of money.
And they're condescending as shit, right?
Yeah, not really condescending, but like every time I go in there, they're just like trying to set me up to get more money away from me. I'm like, I don't really have any money. Like, oh, you just use our credit card. Just use a credit card. You can do it.
No.
Wait. They have a credit card?
It's called Care Credit. So like,
Oh Jesus.
they do this thing where like I can't. They provide services that aren't covered by my insurance,
Yeah.
and they make me like, we could put this crown on, but we only use this special epoxy. We don't use the stuff that's covered, so you're gonna have to pay for that out of pocket. And I fell for it. I should have just
Gotcha.
tell them, no, I'm not gonna do it. But I let them do it. And if you ever want to go 4 times for the same crown, go to Sunshine Smile Dentistry.
Shout out to Sunshine Dentistry.
4 times. My crown has fallen out twice.
Why are you going to the same place then?
I don't know. They're nice. They're nice people. They just aren't good.
That's bad, man. They gouged you for money. They got you.
So I had to go back yesterday. They gave me
gotcha.
they gave me a silver crown, a temporary crown. So like now I look like those kids like in elementary school that had like silver teeth.
Yes.
I have
Oh,
I have that going on inside my mouth now.
we know all too well.
I don't.
I remember just seeing like little like Mexican kids with just all
Yep.
their teeth were silver.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I had a cavity, so I don't know how that feels.
And he's never gone to the dentist.
I don't eat candy. I brush my teeth and floss. Fuck you, dude.
Hey, man, the worst that's ever happened to me is I got my wisdom teeth pulled. That was it.
Well,
I've never had a root canal. I've never had like.
pray it stays that way.
Oh, I hope so,
Yeah, you
man.
lucky fuck.
But yeah, now I'm rocking silver teeth. Can't get the gold, gotta get the silver.
We want the gold, sucker.
Anyways,
Gold costs too much.
let's get into the show. Let's give it up to our sponsors, WrestleCrate.com. If you're ever in the market for a mystery loot box and you want the best, look no further. Go to WrestleCrate.com. Use our promo code PUTMEOVER, and in turn, that website will put you over, and you're going to get 20% off your first month's crate. Order now. We are hearing that they are shipping soon for the March crate. So definitely get in on that. Also, our promo code works at LapelYeah.com. Go to Lapel Yeah. They got a lot of cool stuff. Pins, stickers, T-shirts, a lot of merch, a lot of merchandise going on over there. Go to LapelYeah.com for the finest in wrestling merch. Use our promo code there. Put me over for 20% off your entire order. Pretty sweet.
That is really sweet.
Let's pick
The
up the
best
energy,
deal.
guys. Let's go. Come on. What else? I think that's it.
I think so.
Oh, we have our own store.
We do have our own
yeah.
store.
Putmeover.com.
I like how we're not putting over our store,
We put over a lot of people,
but not us.
but not ourselves.
We're too selfless.
We don't like
sometimes.
going to business for ourselves, brother.
That's our problem, dude.
Putmeover.com. We got a lot of cool new merch up in the store right now. Use the promo code FLACID for 15% off your entire order. Great quality shirts. I have one. My girlfriend has one. I got a tote. Just trying to put my own kids through college with my own money.
My whole family bought one.
Bobby's one. The entire family bought a Bobby T-shirt.
That's support, bro.
That's pretty awesome.
And plus,
it was
Bernsey and Smithers need a good college education nowadays, right?
I mean, they really do. They're my two little turtle boys. They're gonna grow up to be turtle men one day, and I just need them to be set up.
They gotta go to college, man.
They gotta. Well, they're gonna graduate one day. Put them in the sewer. Learn from Master Splinter, and then they'll come back and they'll get my back for whenever I need them, dude.
Exactly. Oh, dude, I
Take
cannot
down
wait
the
for that, dude.
evildoers.
I cannot wait for that, dude. Now I have the picture in my head now, dude. You and your turtle kids, dude.
Yeah, dude. They got my back, dude. It's all
Oh,
good.
That's good, man.
We've wasted enough of your time. Let's get into the show. Let's get into some dicks dirty news. There's no camera. They can't see you
I
jerking
know. I just
off
wanted
your-
to jerk
your
off right
microphone.
now. I just wanted to do that. just pretend you're watching me going like, flip. Whatever.
Get one last jerk off in
Yeah,
before
one last
the
jerk-off
dentist
session.
enhances you.
Yes. Or maybe it's not enhanced.
Who's your dentist? I was hoping you guys were gonna give me Isaac Yankum.
That is my dentist, actually.
Is it really?
Dr. I Yankum. Oh, man. You know who came up with that name?
Vince McMahon.
Bobby Heenan.
Oh, what is this story?
He I guess it was like he was backstage and like I guess when like one of the wrestlers was going to a dentist and he was like, "Oh, you're gonna go see the old doctor, huh? Dr. I Yankum, huh?" And then Vince liked that name so much that's how he gave Kane Isaac Yankum DDS.
That's fucking terrible. Why would he do
Because
that?
Vince just likes the weird stuff, man.
But Bobby Heenan though, I mean that's
something Bobby
that's
Heenan
something
would
Bobby
say.
Heenan would say.
For sure.
Yeah, that's oh my god, that's fucking.
That's pretty awesome.
And of course Vince has to make a gimmick out of it.
Just so you know, you can say anything in front of Vince and he's gonna make it a gimmick.
He always comes up with shit like that.
You like I forget. There's a lot of dumb shit.
You like trash? Well, we're gonna call you Duke the Dumpster Drosy. You a baseball player? What was a baseball player's name back in the day?
Ooh, he used to just come out with like a baseball like face paint, right?
Yeah, like a bootleg. Like a what was that?
The Baseball Furies from
The Furies. There you go.
from the Warriors movie.
Yeah. But
Cool.
let's get into
Cool.
Let's talk about the news though. Well, we got another inductee to the Hall of Fame. Harlem Heat is going in, which makes Booker T a 2-time Hall of Famer.
Two-time.
I'm waiting for him to be the 5-time.
Harlem, he might go in his GI Bro soon. Who knows?
I like that they are the only exclusive and WCW tag team to be
That's true.
not only tag team but exclusive WCW talent that's in the Hall of Fame. That's
So
pretty cool.
for this year.
Has there ever been a exclusively WCW talent in the Hall of Fame right now?
Like what? Like Sting or maybe
Like
Goldberg?
Stevie Ray never wrestled for WWE. Booker T has clearly. I'm trying to think.
But Harlem Heat was never in WWE.
They never were as a tag team. No.
But I don't think anybody else has been exclusively WCW and in the WWE Hall of Fame.
I can't think of it. If you guys could
Because
think of whoever,
it doesn't exist, brother. I'm telling you. It doesn't exist. They're the only ones. They're the first ones.
That's pretty crazy. That's some wild news.
like WCW only talent in the WWE Hall of Fame, right?
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Damn. Well, that's pretty fucking cool, man. I mean,
Yeah, good. They deserve it. Obviously, Harlem Heat was super over in WCW.
They were the most dominant tag team in WCW.
6-time
10-time
10-time
tag
WCW
champions.
World Champions. I liked Harlem Heat a lot. I actually like Stevie Ray more than Booker T.
He was a powerhouse.
He was
Yeah.
the power, dude.
And
Yeah.
Booker T was no small dude either. He's a big dude.
That Harlem hangover, though.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you.
That has to be in their induction
Yeah.
ceremony. That has to be in the promo package.
It has to be, man. If it's not, I'm gonna be upset.
The look of Booker T's face when he realizes what he says. His hands just go right in his head, and Sherry's just trying to play it cool, like
Don't worry about
you
it.
fucked up with the smile.
Don't
on her
worry
face.
about it.
But that was awesome.
But did you hear how Harlem Heat first came in, or like how they're gonna bring them up to WCW?
No.
Okay, so apparently the original storyline for them was that they were supposed to be introduced by Colonel Parker as two black guys in chains after he won them from a poker game.
No.
That
Yep.
can't be real.
Is that real?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking awful.
And for obvious reasons, they didn't go along with it. So,
Luckily,
yeah,
that would have been so bad.
that would have been terrible. But
whose bright idea would that be, dude?
someone in WCW.
You don't have Vince McMahon to blame it on.
Yeah, you can't blame Vince on that one. That's one of the Southern boys right there. They thought it was a good idea.
The good old boys.
The good old boys.
That's so bad.
But yeah, like coming in with two big black guys in chains, not a good idea.
I'm down with Harlem Heat. If I have two options, I'm going Harlem Heat 100% of the time.
Yes.
Let's go with option B.
Even though none of them were from Harlem.
Anybody else got another idea, guys?
How about they're from Harlem? Yeah. Let's go with that one.
Let's go with Plan B.
Dude.
Yeah.
They were the shit. Because I really liked them. Because growing up, I watched more WCW than I did WWF.
Really?
Yeah, because it was always on. Like whenever I turned on the TV, it was like the first thing I went to, and it was already on. And then NWO, like it got my attention like no other.
NWO was dope in the beginning, and then they just started ruining every single match, and I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Yeah, but definitely Harlem Heat was like the shit. Like they were so fucking cool.
Yeah, definitely deserving to be in the Hall of Fame. Good on them. What else we got, Dick?
Well, let's see. Speaking of tag teams, the Good Brothers, they have decided not to sign a new contract with WWE. It seems like they're going to be playing their options at the moment. Just because they didn't sign doesn't mean they're going to re-sign with them eventually. So they're going to see how the waters turn out. The leverage is actually on them. They have the advantage. It depends on what they want to do. I know Doc Gallows Doc Gallows. I know he doesn't have any kids, so he can kind of do whatever he wants. Carl Anderson, he's got like a shitload of kids with his hot Asian wife, so he's got to think about that.
He calls her his hot Asian wife. So
and,
let's keep it kayfabe. You're good on you, brother.
And to be fair, I'll shoot on that, and
You'll shoot on what?
I'll shoot on that kayfabe, and it's real. And she is hot. He does have a hot Asian wife.
Yes, good on you, good brother.
Good on you, Carl. So yeah, it really depends on what they both want to do. They can always go back to Japan, AEW. They're good friends with the Bucks and
Got
Cody.
a lot of buddies over
They
there.
got a lot of buddies over there, and then also with the TV contract that if AEW does get not if but when, because it seems like that they're closer to that TV contract. That's big money as well. So they might make more money in AEW working the same schedule instead of with WWE, or they might get a better deal with WWE. It just depends on what's going to happen in the next couple months. So this should be interesting.
Well, yeah, their contract doesn't end until the fall. So, I mean, there's a lot of
Correct.
time to fix anything that they're not happy with. But when's the last time you've seen him on TV in, like, something that's meaningful?
They have been very underutilized, and that's a real shame because when they first came over here, the hype train on them was real. Like,
Oh, big time.
especially on Carl Anderson. He's a very, very good wrestler that does you don't get to see what he's truly capable of because they don't allow it. They only have him wrestle 5-6 minutes at a time, and you can't see much.
And they're putting over the B team.
They're putting over every other tag team.
The
the
bar.
Ascension.
And Luke Gallows has improved so much from the last time he was in WWE.
Oh, for sure.
Like when he first started, remember him as Bootleg Kane?
Bootleg Kane. Oh, he was the other Kane, right?
He was the other Kane.
yeah, that's right. I remember.
And the Festus gimmick.
Oh God.
And with CM Punk, I mean, he started developing his own once he hooked up with CM Punk.
That's when I really like cared about, Luke Gallows.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weird one when because they got a lot of time to do what they want, but honestly, I kind of want them to go the other route and not go to WWE because they fucking ruined them, man. They teased like a Bullet Club thing with AJ and with Finn.
Dude, they had it in their hands and they were like, nah.
Dude, it was ripe for the picking, man, and they just totally blew it out the fucking water and just did some bullshit with them, and now they haven't even fucking been on the show, and it's like, and they're a tag team that they could use. They definitely they could use
for sure.
Agree.
And I don't understand why they keep going this other route and using the Bar for the fucking millionth time, using fucking New Day for the millionth fucking time. It's like, dude, they could have easily threw the belts on them and made them a fucking stable, like a badass fucking stable.
I don't think Vince likes stables. I think that's what I'm hearing right now. He's not a fan of stables, but I mean, who doesn't like a good stable? Look at what the Undisputed Era is doing in NXT. Like, they're the shit, and everyone knows it.
And that's all Triple H. So
Yeah.
I don't understand why he didn't go with it, because AJ had the belt. He could have easily just threw the tag team belts on them and then made them a dope ass freaking 3-man stable, like a fucking force to be reckoned with.
Well, they had him. They never committed to it. They had them tag
was the
with
problem.
Finn a couple times, and I think they had him tag with AJ a couple times, but they never committed to anything.
They were the club for about a good 2 months or so, and then
Yeah.
once they did the brand extension and AJ went to SmackDown and those guys stayed on Raw, then it just got lost in the shuffle. Maybe a couple of reunions here and there. I know they did a Balor Club. They actually did the actual Balor Club with Gallows, Anderson, and Finn on the 25th anniversary of Raw a while back.
Yeah, they two-sweeted DX.
Yeah, and that was it.
Fucking bullshit.
And they should have and agreed they should have done more, but for whatever reason, it wasn't part of the grand plan.
It was too much for being AJ's house.
What else we got, Dick?
Pretty much that's. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about the Enzo Amore interview. We were watching a few minutes ago in which he went hard on Simon Gotch.
They can't see your air quotes, bro.
I know. I'm doing it to you guys.
We got to let the listeners know that you're being
I'm doing the
insincere.
air quotes, by the way. So, anyways, we all watched it. What are you guys' thoughts on that shoot interview?
Well, here's my thing. The headline was Enzo Amore buries Simon Gotch, and he didn't bury Simon Gotch. He told a story about one time when he said something cool in promo class. He didn't bury Simon Gotch. I actually like Simon Gotch. I like him a hell of a lot more than I like Enzo Amore or whatever he calls himself these days. It just sounds like he's like, well, if he threw me in the ropes hard on purpose, then we're going to have a problem. And if he did, you're not going to do shit, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they're never gonna run into each other, and even if he does, like, that means that he like cares that much more. It's like, dude, it fucking happened. You got fired, man. Like, who gives a shit?
Gotch is a professional. There's no way he would go into business for himself to hurt somebody. That's like the unwritten rule. And Gotch has a lot of respect for the business as a whole. He's not going to do something like that to anybody. Who was it that Japanese wrestler that fucked up that other one? The woman wrestler.
Oh no, that was a sexy star.
No, well, I don't know if it was Sexy Star, but there was one where like she just was punching her right in the
this
face.
happened a while back.
Yeah, that's someone that went into business for themselves.
Yes.
And got fired immediately.
And she got blacklisted as well. And
Yeah,
rightfully so, because when you're taking liberties on someone who's already who's already knocked out, and you're stomping on them and you're punching them, and their head is ricocheting back and on and off the canvas, you're obviously doing. Number one, you're in a business for yourself, and number two, you don't care about anyone else other than yourself.
Exactly. So there's no way Simon Gotch went into business for himself on that.
Yeah, it wasn't a Barry. I mean, it was more so just him telling the story. That was pretty much it.
Clickbait.
Yeah,
Super
very
clickbait. It's on YouTube. You can find it easily.
But for those of you, this was in response to a shoot interview that Gotch did a while back, in which Gotch did criticize Enzel for number one, his lack of wrestling knowledge, and given after the tweet he did last week and his various other I guess misunderstandings about professional wrestling. It kind of like makes himself seem like he doesn't know what he's not a wrestling fan. You know what I mean? He claims he is. He says he grew up on the product, but the more you hear his backstory and especially with his tweets, the more you see like maybe this guy is not a fan and he's just saying that just for the sake of saying it.
Well, I mean, it's a good way to make a living.
It is.
He's great on the mic. I'll give him that.
He's a great talker.
But as far as wrestling and like saying he's as much of a fan as he says he is, I don't buy it, brother.
I don't buy it now.
Yeah, I'm not sold.
Anyway, let's get into Fastlane. Great pay-per-view. What did you guys think?
I thought it was really good, man. They had some dope ass matches, and then they changed up a few right off the cuff, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, what's going on here? But I dug it. It was cool. Like, everything turned out really solid.
Yeah, they changed the Rey Mysterio Andrade Cien Almas pre-show match.
I'm glad they did.
To a fatal 4-way on the main card for the U.S. title, and that was probably my favorite match. That and the Daniel Bryan match, which we'll talk about.
Rightfully so. I'm glad they put those two back on the main card because there's no way they had no business being on the pre-show.
No way.
And I'm glad they smartened up and said, you know what, let's do this on the main show, and they delivered. That was a great match. For me, Fastlane was all right. It wasn't too bad. The booking though, that's where I just scratched my head. I'm thinking like, why did you do that? Like it didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Well, they booked another match. They put Kofi. I mean, they're building this Kofi storyline because the crowd is 100% behind Kofi, and they're really building to like screw him out of like opportunities. So backstage before the show, Big E, the New Day go up to Vince and they're demanding that he's included as a triple threat in this match. Vince says, "All right, it's going to be a triple threat for the title. Go out there. The match is right now." And then Kofi goes out there and he's all excited and he's waiting for Daniel Bryan to come out, and he's not met by Daniel Bryan. He's actually met by the Bar, and it's turned into a handicap match. And we're gonna get a triple threat later on in the night with Mustafa. But this was it's a good way to get Kofi over, especially with what they did on SmackDown.
They made him feel sympathetic.
For sure.
That they did.
But to be honest with you, like, who the fuck thought that they were gonna put the championship match at the beginning of the fucking pay-per-view?
I've seen it before.
They've done it before.
But that's like the biggest match. Like
The Universal title is the biggest match, brother.
Kofi had to have known that wouldn't have happened. Like, every other match hasn't happened, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna put that match right at the beginning.
I'm glad you brought that up because I want your guys' opinion on this. Do you see the WWE title now as kind of like the equivalent to the IC title now? Like it's almost like a secondary belt.
It totally is. I mean, they're not pushing it like the Universal title, which we haven't seen in a very long time. And it hasn't been defended even more time. But for some reason, that is their main title, and it sucks because there's no history to it. It's like LAFC. I think we've talked about this before.
Yes.
There's no history to it. It shouldn't be put on a pedestal like it is this great thing, but somehow it's in the company's eyes, in MLS's eyes, it's the hottest new thing, and everyone should respect that more than what's been around for years.
Ages.
I mean, and it's also the top belt on Raw, and whatever the top belt is on Raw is going to be the top belt on the company.
But see, and that's the shitty thing, because SmackDown is by far the better brand. I think they're selling everything way better, and even Daniel Bryan, he's making this whole gimmick so much better, and you'd think that they would get behind that and put more time into that and like show off that a little bit more, which I think they're doing a little bit. But I have a feeling once this gets closer to Mania, Lesnar is gonna take over, and it's just gonna be all about that shit. So I don't know. I'm kind of iffy about it, but I'm still invested in this Kofi thing. So I'm fucking sold by it.
I'm invested in it too, but it's just that's what I've noticed, and this isn't just a Daniel Bryan problem. This has been going on really for. Man, you can go as far back as to when Jinder won the belt, and even maybe a little bit before that.
Do you remember when SmackDown was just a glorified recap show of Raw?
Yeah,
For years it was like that.
But then once they decided to redo the draft, once they decided to do the brand split, it seemed like SmackDown was gonna. I mean, they had it right the first time when they had the WWE champion go to SmackDown and have him defend the belt on both shows. Once they introduced the Universal title, you already knew what was gonna happen. Like they're gonna make that belt the B belt no matter what. Even though it is a WWE belt, it was on SmackDown. SmackDown's gonna be the B show no matter what.
Yeah. But it is what it is. Whatever. Overall, Fastlane was great. We got a little off topic, but between that, the WWE title match and the US title match, solid show. Becky and Charlotte were having like I think they were having a good match. Becky was really selling the leg, like she was really fucked up. And it was only for Ronda Rousey to come up and give her just one punch to give Becky the DQ. And now we're getting the triple threat match. That's how they wanted to end it? That's how they wanted to send... Oh, wait. No, there was the Shield match that was last.
It was the last match.
But, I mean, I don't know. I think that it could have been a lot more. And quite frankly, it makes Ronda look stupid. She explained her actions on Raw, but at the same time, like, why would you want the disadvantage in this match?
They overbooked it and made it so overcomplicated that I'm beginning to lose interest in this storyline just because it's so overbooked.
Dude, they had it in their hands. Becky wins the Royal Rumble, comes out the next night on Raw, and is like, I want to challenge Ronda Rousey. And then that's where we should have been. That should have been it. Laser focus right on that. Mm-hmm. But instead, we got to get Charlotte in there, and we got to do this, and we got to have her arrested and fired. She actually talked about it on SmackDown, which is kind of funny. We got to get her fired, and we got to get her, unclear her and have her have a knee injury.
Have her suspended, stuff like that.
Have her arrested. I mean...
Yeah, it was overbooked for sure. I don't know why they did it like this. What they could... I thought well after this match that Ronda would just end up attacking both of them, which that's what she should have done. She should have just beat the living shit out of both of them. And then it would make her look a little bit stronger, a little bit cooler, a little bit better. But she just kind of like walked out of the ring and just said, all right, see you later. You're welcome.
It should have been a full assault.
Yeah, and then she just kind of like, they just ended it like that.
It was very anticlimactic.
Fucking weird, man. It was so odd. I didn't get it.
Another match that happened was Shane and Miz versus the Usos.
Oh, that was a big something.
Yeah, that was a big turn.
With Mr. Miz, George out in the ring, and we finally see the heel turn. However, it was not what we expected. I think we all expected the Miz to turn, right?
Absolutely. Miz is a heel.
Yeah.
Deep down, he is.
I can't buy him as a babyface.
I still don't buy it.
I don't buy it.
Apparently, he wasn't on SmackDown because he was hurt so bad, but I don't think the beat down was that. I've seen him take way worse than that.
They're inconsistent with the whole beat downs because I've seen what was it a while back where Ronda got the shit beat out of her by Becky.
Yeah, and then she was on.
And the next day on Raw, she comes back unscathed, like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Shane, when Shane beat the shit out of the Miz, he didn't show up to Raw. I mean to SmackDown. I'm sorry. But it's like they're being inconsistent with it. Like if you're gonna do an angle like that, either stick with it and have them out for a while, or don't have them out at all, but be consistent with it.
Absolutely.
Maybe he was just embarrassed. That's why he didn't show up.
That could be. He got beat by a 50-year-old man.
Wait, what? Shane's 50?
He's close to 50.
God damn.
Yeah, he didn't look like it at first, but like when I saw him on Tuesday, he looked pretty close to 50, dude. He looked about right, dude, like about that age.
Fuck.
He was gassed. He was breathing heavily during the match. He definitely looked like it was
Too many cheeseburgers.
Yeah, he looked a little heavier. I was gonna say, man. At the same time, I don't think I'm going to criticize about Shane McMahon either. So
He's a legit jiu-jitsu guy.
he is.
Yeah. So in the picks, me and Dick tied. Very anticlimactic. This pay-per-view is pretty easy to call. Pretty predictable. We had, the Boston Hug connection. Obviously, we're going to retain. Dan O'Brien, he's going to take that title to Mania. The Usos, predictable.
Easy.
Asuka with the she almost kicked Mandy Rose's head off.
Yeah.
In that match. That was pretty dope. Revival retaining, and Samoa Joe retains his title. I don't know where they're gonna go with this, but it'll be very interesting.
They just gotta make him look tough, man. That's all they gotta do, man. They don't have to. It's
Have him win his matches. That's all he has to do now. Just
Yeah.
have him win.
Don't have him lose. I don't like. I realized this on when I was watching Raw. I don't like championship matches on Raw and SmackDown every week.
no.
It's unnecessary.
That's what the pay-per-views are for, And we'll talk about what happened on Raw in a little bit, but I feel like you can't build anything when you're having title matches on the shows themselves. Here and there, I remember, when Mick Foley won the title on Raw, like that was a big deal because the title was never defended on Raw.
It was rarely defended on Raw, and it was a different era because you had to get eyeballs drawn onto the product. This was during the middle of the Monday Night War.
Yeah, that's true. So they had to do that. It was kind of like just wait, what? There was a defense on Raw. I have to watch that so people would change the channel.
Yeah, and back then I'm sure the belts felt more important than they do now. The
Absolutely.
Belts are trash now.
Especially the WWE title. It felt more important back then than now.
Absolutely. So let's.
Another thing we forgot to talk was the Shield Triple Threat. I thought.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I thought that 6-man tag match was really good. It delivered and above and beyond what it should have been.
Was it a no DQ match? Because they weren't in the ring really at all.
Yeah, it seemed like it was the case. In fact, I noticed toward the end because it had been no DQ match because when the Shield did the triple powerbomb spot on who was it? I think it was McIntyre.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
it was McIntyre, and I noticed Corbin slid in the ring, and he was in the ring for the longest, but the ref kept he kept himself focused on the Shield, and I'm thinking, is this a no DQ match? Because
Should have
if
been a
that's
count-out,
or
right?
no count out match, I'm thinking if that's the case, then Corbin should have won because by count out he was in the ring for longer than 10.
Yeah.
But apparently it was no DQ, no DQ, no count out. Aside from that, though, I thought that was a great match. Corbin delivered. I was surprised by how he delivered in that match. All of them stepped it up. It was a great match. I think that was probably my second favorite match of the night by far.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like when they just put together 3 random bad guys to go against the faces in this situation. To me it's I don't know, it's kind of boring. Like why do these guys not like these guys?
Right.
I never got that connection, so it kind of took me out of it.
No, I agree with you, but just watching the match and how it delivered, it exceeded expectations.
For sure. The Shield were very underdoggy style in that one.
Ooh, underdoggy. I like that.
They're a little underdoggy style in that one.
As opposed to overdoggy.
Yeah. Anyway,
Let's get the hashtag underdoggy.
Hashtag underdoggy for sure. Get that trending. Let's talk about Raw. A lot of, we are on the road to WrestleMania, folks, and it is on. We got past the roadblock that was Fastlane, and they are going. They're going. This WrestleMania card looks pretty stacked,
Dude, it is overly stacked. Every match that they have set up, I'm very excited for. Like, I overly excited for it.
Like now I'm excited for the Miz and Shane. Like
Oh.
I wasn't excited for that match.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, it's going to be a good match. I mean, I don't see it going bad. I mean, it's going to be a quick match, but I don't see it going bad.
The storyline is going to get him through that. We'll see how the match goes, though.
Yeah. So let's talk about what happened on SmackDown. We'll talk about the big moments, and then we'll get into the little parts. But Finn Balor had the IC title for a whole 2 weeks and drops it back to Bob Lash. What's in store for Finn now?
I don't know. I mean, is he going to get his big WrestleMania moment reclaiming the IC belt? I mean, we've already seen that happen.
Can we get the Demon versus the Dead Man?
That's what I'm hearing, actually. I've been seeing the news flicker about that being the match. That's the reason why he dropped the IC title.
That would be huge.
Huge, man. That'd be such a dope match. But do you think that Undertaker can go the same speed as Finn?
No.
He doesn't have to. Finn will carry that match.
He'll have to carry that match, exactly.
That's how you're gonna get a good match out of the Undertaker's with a smaller guy. Look at when he fought Roman Reigns, not so much. When he fought CM Punk carried him through that whole match.
Shawn Michaels, but then again, that was 10 years ago.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
I could see Finn really pulling his weight and really doing a lot of selling on Undertaker's offense. That would be a great match. Or, we could just be fantasy booking ourselves to hell and we're going to get a triple threat for the IC title.
We're going to get buried, brother.
Or some sort of multi-man match.
Well, I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens, but it was crazy that he dropped it right there on Raw.
I'll be honest with you. I don't like the idea of Undertaker wrestling again.
Yeah, me either.
I'm not a big fan of that. Because last year I don't want to call it a match. It was just more like a segment. The match with Roman was not very good, and the match with Bray and the match with Shane and with Brock, his past WrestleMania matches have not been very good. I mean, his age is starting to catch up to him. You could see it.
Who did he fight last year?
It was John Cena. It wasn't even a match.
That's right.
It was just more like a segment.
Yeah, it was like a 1 minute squash match.
And I have no desire to see that match again for 20 minutes or any sort of amount of time with anyone else.
Well, do you think Undertaker is going to, retire this year? I feel like it's got to be close.
We've been saying that for the past 5 years.
But I mean, with what's happened in the last couple of years, I could see Undertaker, just being like, you know what, I'm done. Let me put over some young guy. Let me put over Finn Balor.
He definitely should. I mean,
that's how the streak should have ended.
Exactly. I mean, it kind of did. I mean, he put over Brock Lesnar, but I don't know if Brock Lesnar needed it. Like,
absolutely
he's not the guy that needs something to put him over, like killing the fucking streak.
Yeah.
It should have been a younger guy like Finn or, I don't even know who else.
At the time, they thought it was a good idea because it made Brock even more legitimate. But you look at it now and you look at how it led up to it and where we're at.
Ugh.
It was almost unnecessary.
The worst idea ever.
Because you could still build Brock to be the monster that he is and still have him lose to Taker. It's still possible. But instead, they wanted to beat Taker. They wanted to beat the streak, and that should have been it for Taker. 30 should have been the last one, WrestleMania.
He left that one, and then after he lost to Roman, he left his ring gear in the ring, and that went down to hell. That should have been it.
We all thought that was it. That was a perfect way to end it. But
Shane McMahon needed a match that year.
Actually, Shane wrestled first, and then it was with Roman.
Okay, my bad.
But even then, they shouldn't have done the John Cena segment match. That was unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens because, I mean, this is fantasy booking, so we'll see what happens with Finn dropping the belt. I mean, they got 3 weeks to make something happen
around there.
We'll see.
Another person that's retiring, Kurt Angle, has revealed that he gave a promo in front of a hometown crowd that his match at WrestleMania will be his last. Who do you guys think is going to be his opponent?
That's a good question.
I can't think of anyone that would really fit there.
Me either. I can't really think of anybody. All I can think of is maybe his son.
No, well,
Kurt Angle Jr.
Jason Jordan is out.
I don't think Jason. I mean, although that would be nice for Jason Jordan, he can get that rub, but Unfortunately,
it'd be pointless.
it would be pointless at this point.
Yeah, he's probably done for. They're saying his career's over. So
Really?
yeah,
Holy-
it's
Unfortunate.
a
That's
bad,
very unfortunate for him.
It's like a T.J. Wilson injury where it's like, it's probably better to not wrestle anymore.
Fuck, that sucks, man.
I feel bad for the guy.
I mean, I would like to see like maybe Gable.
Gable would be dope.
That'd be cool. I mean, they got the kind of like the same style, and Gable's fucking awesome, man. Put him over.
Yes.
He's fucking great.
The only problem with that was they got 3 weeks to build. I don't know how they're going to do that in 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's kind of in a tag team too.
Or even Apollo, they had that match, so
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know.
his last Raw match. He said
he did. Yeah, he
against
said that
Apollo
was
Crews. So we'll see.
I think this kind of my question kind of segues to this, and that involves John Cena because that's another guy who doesn't have a WrestleMania match at this moment. There's rumors around like as far as who could be his opponent. I mean, rumors is that he could be with Samoa Joe or Kurt Angle.
Samoa Joe would be dope.
Okay, so we know the answer is Samoa Joe. I would love to see that match too because they never wrestled.
Not even in TNA.
John Cena and Samoa Joe.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about Kurt Angle.
Although I would love to see Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe. I think that would be another match right there as
Yeah.
well.
But Samoa Joe and John Cena sounds like a dope match.
It sounds because it's never been done. They've never wrestled before.
Yeah, that's like Sting versus Hogan, or like
Or Sting and Undertaker.
Yeah, two guys that were in two different companies for most of their career, and are in the same company now. Excuse me. I don't know who I would want to see. I could see John Cena doing a Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair kind of send off because John Cena was Kurt Angle's first opponent ever on that SmackDown.
On that
show.
SmackDown, he wrestled Kurt Angle. Yeah, you're right.
So I mean, it'd be fitting for his first match to be against Kurt Angle and Kurt Angle's last match to be against John Cena. I could see that happening. I would definitely like to see Samoa Joe a little bit more, but that storyline I feel like I could get behind as well.
And then Triple H and Batista. What do you guys feel about the build-up and then the upcoming match at WrestleMania?
I don't know how I feel about it. I like it. I'm excited for the match, definitely. But this promo that they fucking shot was fucking god awful, and they kind of went in on each other.
Was not god awful. You're fucking wrong.
I didn't like it. I didn't like Dave Bautista's "Give it to me. You know what I want."
I feel like it was someone forgot their line or something. Some kind of miscue happened and they were stalling a little bit.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was god awful. If anything, I'm
felt
ready.
the passion.
Yeah, I'm ready for this shit, dude. Because it got very shooty on that in that back and forth where Batista is talking to Triple H and he's just basically like you're the only guy I've wanted a match with. You've known this for a long time and this is what I want. And give it to me. Give me what I want. And then Triple H was just, he kind of came back at him and was like, in Evolution, there's a lot of story behind these two guys.
Yes, 13 plus years of storytelling.
So we can definitely go this way. One thing I did think was weird was I had to listen to it twice because Triple H says, "All right, I'm going to give you what you want." And then Batista's like, "But I want it on my terms." And then Triple's like, "All right, you want your match? You got it. You got your match. But it's going to be on my terms." So whose terms are we on, really?
They both have the same terms from what it seems like.
Yeah, we're going to get a no holds barred match at WrestleMania, which is exciting because it's going to cover up, maybe a little bit of
a lot of Batista's ring rust
and
Triple H is not the spring chicken that he was.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm all for that. That sounds like a dope match.
I'm all excited for it. I mean, it's going to be a great match.
Don't
I
backpedal now, bro.
I'm just saying that promo was a little fucking weird. I just didn't get it. You're right. Maybe someone did forget their lines, and it was just that's probably the reason why it happened that way. But I was like, what? Come get to the fucking point. Just fucking make the match.
I think you're following the heel kid a little too closely, dude.
It looked like a porno. Just saying.
Well, the internet did go crazy over that segment.
Dude, they rehashed that segment into so many porno type videos.
And it was quick.
It's fucking hilarious, man.
Did you guys see that segment where Braun Strowman got a car?
I saw him destroy the shit out of that car.
He went full Street Fighter on this car.
Yes, he did.
And turns out that was just an advertisement for this new toy coming out with a car, the same car that Braun beat up on Raw, and a Braun Strowman action figure. So you can destroy cars with the Braun Strowman action figure. So very creative way to have an advertisement in the middle of the show.
Big time. They definitely planned that segment and that shit way in advance.
But other than that, that's kind of all that Raw was.
Ronda goes heel. That was a small tidbit, but
Bruh, she's been heel.
and she fucking ragdolled fucking Dana Brooke for sure.
Yeah, I felt like Dana Brooke was scared, just
Yeah.
even talking a little bit. And then she just gets fucked up.
She tried the best she could with that promo. If it was someone else that I think was not given an opportunity like Dana Brooke, because with Dana Brooke, she was given a lot of opportunities. She was pushed to the main roster way before she should have been.
Oh yeah, Vince likes his blondes.
That's true. And when she first came in, there was a lot of expectations on her. She came from the fitness world, very athletic.
Fitness dick.
Hey yo,
Every time I hear fitness, like I'm gonna go to LA Fitness, like, oh, you're gonna LA Fitness,
fitness
dick?
dick.
Fitness dick in your mouth.
Hey yo, but she had all the attributes that were gonna make her to be a top star, but she just could not deliver in the ring.
Unfortunately for them, yeah. Definitely could have, used a little bit more polish in NXT for sure.
Yes, and she got sacrificed to Ronda.
Yep. All right, let's talk about SmackDown. Shane McMahon cuts a heel promo in the ring and basically is just like, I'm tired of people asking me for shit. You guys always come up to me and you want my help for things, and like I've helped you guys for way too long and I'm sick of it. And I'm all about it, because Miz kind of was like, I need you to help me win the tag championships for my dad. So when he loses them, Shane lost his mind too. He's like, I'm fucking done helping people.
Yeah, and then he beat the shit out of him for it. And I liked how he even the ring announcer was like,
He bullied the fuck out of the ring
"What
announcer.
the fuck did you call me?"
Say it right. Say it better.
Say it with conviction.
Yeah. That poor man's face. I didn't realize how pudgy it was until Shane
Yeah.
started like grabbing it really hard.
No, he is Vince's son, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's how Vince was like that to his talent back in the day, or even still now, dude.
Yeah, probably.
That geriatric fuck.
Geriatric fuck.
AJ Styles and Randy Orton had a great promo back and forth. A lot of small little jabs, kind of tongue in cheek, giving winks to
Throwing shade at Dixie Carter.
people in the know, people that read the dirt sheets, Dick's Dirty News. Definitely a nod and a wink to us. What did he say? He said that Randy Orton just has a knockoff diamond cutter, and he said, "Oh, you want to talk about stealing?" And then he throws up the Too Sweet, and he's like, "What about that? What about that?" And all of your indie buddies that steal things. And there was a really good back and forth. I didn't think I'd be excited for a Randy Orton match, but I'm actually excited for a Randy Orton match.
I think that's a perfect opponent for AJ for this year for WrestleMania.
Absolutely, he's a top guy.
Yeah, and AJ went in on him pretty hard, man. He was telling him like, what did he say? Like,
He never got over on his own. He needed evolution and legacy
and his
and rated RKO.
I think during that promo, like I think they also threw shade at the Young Bucks as well, because didn't he call Legacy his Young Bucks?
No, did he really?
I think he did.
That's dope.
ooh,
So AJ definitely gave Matt and Nick a shout out right there. Yeah, because if you think about it, Orton, like Triple H, his success was best known in groups as well. Like with Evolution, when he first was brought up, he was brought up with Flair, Batista, and Hunter. And he achieved the level of being a main eventer because of that. And then when he started fading away, he needed to build his own legacy. And that's why you got Cody and Ted, the sons of Ted DiBiase and Dusty Rhodes.
And Manu for 1 week.
And Manu, remember him?
For 1 week.
For 1 week to prop him up. And for a while, he was doing pretty well. And then once he was scouting around in mediocre status with the Wyatt family. Remember that?
yeah,
He
that
was
that
part
was
of the Wyatt family.
so fucking weird.
Wait, Randy Orton was in the Wyatt family?
Yeah, he was in there for maybe like a month or something. Like it was pretty quick.
Oh, that's
but he was
right.
in there
He
for
was
a while.
weird. What happened to Bray Wyatt?
Who knows?
Parts unknown.
He's eating a lot of salad.
Tossing it too.
That ayo. I mean, I'm actually intrigued for that match. I think it's going to be a great match. We say, Orton is a bland performer, but you know what? His in-ring work is solid, and I think if with the right opponent, he'll deliver. And I can't wait for that match.
And AJ is going to deliver.
He's going to deliver.
Yeah. AJ always delivers, man. It's his show. He's gonna put on a great match.
Other than that, SmackDown was kind of lame. I feel like
I liked it. I liked those promos mostly. The Andrade and Joe versus Ray and Truth. I thought that was a great match.
Yeah, that actually was a solid match. I forgot about that.
And then Joe right after that he gets defeated by he got defeated by Ray in a roll up, and Joe just goes buck wild and starts beating the shit out of
His own tag team partner. He fucks up everybody.
He was like, I don't give a fuck.
Who do you think they're going to do another Fatal 4-Way at Mania?
Honestly,
We've already seen it.
I wouldn't be upset about it because it's a great match.
Yeah, I mean, Andrade is just so good. Andrade Cien Almas is so good.
Yes.
They've trained me, bro. I was so all in on Cien Almas, but they've trained me to just say Andrade. How do they do that, man?
Every week,
I don't
dude.
know, but
every week.
I still call him Andre Cien almost. I can't not just call him Andre. It's Andrade. It's Cien almost for me.
You got to say his name right first before you.
How do you say it then?
Andrade.
Andrade. Cien almost.
Well, you were saying Andre for a little bit. That's why.
I had a quick
little
question.
Too fast.
I had a quick question for you guys.
Shoot.
How fast do you think that Ricochet and Aleister Black are going to end up getting injured because they're on Raw and SmackDown day in, day out every week? Like, I feel like that's going to end up happening because they're on both shows and they're doing matches and they're doing great matches. And I feel like one of them might end up getting injured.
I hope that doesn't happen.
I hope
because
that doesn't happen.
I'm knocking on wood.
They're like the hottest thing right now, but they are definitely working them for sure.
I'm more so concerned about Ricochet and his style. Like that style of his, he can't be doing that every night. I feel like eventually the wear and tear will catch up to him, so he may have to change his style a little bit. Aleister Black, not so much. He's more of a striker and he stays at the ground for the most part. He may have a few aerial moves, but nowhere to the level of Ricochet. If anything, I'm more concerned about Ricochet.
Rick O'Shea.
Rick O'Shea, there you go. In tribute to St. Patrick's Day.
Rico.
It is coming up this weekend, by the way. But how he landed the 630 on Raw on Monday was I was a little concerned because he looked like he landed like very awkward.
I missed it.
Yeah, I must have missed that.
Yeah, he didn't like he landed like head like kind of like bent like head first kind of.
Ooh, that's scary.
So that was kind of bad. Like it was almost like his back was like kind of like caved in a little bit, I guess you could say, but it didn't look right. Point being though is that the way his style is, he can't keep that up every day. He's gonna eventually have to alter his style a little bit just to get some longevity.
Yeah, for sure. What else happened?
Oh, we gotta talk about the Kofi Kingston Vinnie Mac segment.
That's what I was about to get to.
Oh,
so did it feel racist?
A little bit.
But I mean, I feel like I know what they're talking about, but at the same time, knowing WWE's history of not really booking, black talent to be main eventers, but also I can see it coming from Vince, like, you've always been a mid-carder this whole time, but he even went so far to call him a B-plus player, which was a nod, because he said, I actually heard this from Dan O'Brien, he says, you're a B-plus player, like, ooh, we're doing that again, okay.
We're coming up on the 5-year anniversary of that, by the way. It's almost like this. It's kind of going full circle in a way, because 5 years ago, Daniel Bryan was a B-plus player who wasn't even going to give his opportunity until the fans put him in that spot.
Yeah,
and now that he's the champion, he's telling the fans to pretty much to go fuck themselves in a way. And now Kofi is the guy. He's now the B-plus player that is in Vince's eyes. But the fans want to see him just go and get that moment.
I don't even need him to win. I just want to see him in the match.
I want him to win.
I think at this point, the way they're doing
If
it,
you want to be dope, but
they have to. He has to win now. Like anything less than him winning the belt, I think is going to be a disappointment.
Well, what they're doing with him now is Vince says, all right, you'll be in the match, but you got to go against this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy. Kofi's going to run the gauntlet again next week for his shot at WrestleMania versus Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Rowan, and The Bar. The odds are stacked against him. And, he's going to win, right?
Obviously.
But, I kind of wish they kind of took it easy on the gauntlet matches and saved that sparingly. But who knows? Maybe that'll change my mind, and we'll have a great match.
I could see it happening this week. I could see it happening for this instance, but yeah, the gauntlet matches are. You can't have them
You can't have them every so often.
Do you think that this is going to turn into a triple threat match again, like the women's?
I think it's going to be a multi-man match.
Because I feel like it is. Because it's going to with KO still in the picture, going against Daniel Bryan and still kind of like one-upping, and then you have Mustafa Ali also in the match and wanting those matches for the belt. And I kind of feel like this is going to end up being a fatal four-way of some sort, or maybe even a triple threat at some point.
It's multi-man matchomania.
Yeah, it's going to be a
Again.
multi-man match. And speaking of Mustafa Ali, I felt bad for that guy on Sunday. He got booed.
Oh, yeah. He got booed bad.
And it wasn't even his fault.
It's
They did
not
the
his
same
fault.
thing to Rey Mysterio when he came in at number 30. They booed him out of the building, and it wasn't because they don't like him. It's because it's not what they were expecting
It
or what
was
they
a what
wanted.
the fuck moment, you know. And in Mustafa's eyes, he did get screwed, and like not so much screwed, but more so like he was just a victim of bad luck.
He was in a bad situation.
It was a bad situation, and unfortunately, he couldn't wrestle.
I don't think that they booed like him in general, like him as a wrestler. I think they booed in the general sense that it wasn't Kofi.
I literally just said that.
I'm saying like because like even on Raw, he got cheers. So I don't think that they didn't like him being in the match. I think they just in general like it was just a bad situation.
I literally just said those exact same words.
I'm kind of wording it like so that
no, he's definitely not a bad guy that they're going to start booing. He's just for the night, he wasn't who they wanted.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how this match ends up being, but right now everyone's on the Kofi train.
And you mentioned about having racist undertones, and there was a similar storyline a while back with Booker T. If you guys remember how that storyline went, where Triple H kind of went, it was even more had more racist undertones.
He called him nappy-headed.
Nappy-headed,
Awful.
Guys like you don't deserve to be where I'm at. He was hinting at Booker T's time in jail and the fact that he went back to prison when he was a kid, and of course his nappy hairiness and saying that he was never going to be at that level.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Thank God. You
No.
can't do it nowadays.
Well, Triple H got out the shovel anyways.
He got it out. Yeah.
Buried him on the promo and buried him at fucking WrestleMania. Gave him the pedigree and then crawled ever so slowly for the pin, and Booker T just had to sit there and act like it was the most devastating pedigree of them all. I forgot to mention this up top. Alexa Bliss is going to be the host for WrestleMania. Who cares, right?
For reals. I was like, wow, like I wonder who it's going to be. Who are they going to bring out?
So she's not clear to wrestle then.
Yeah. She was for a little bit, right?
That's what I thought too. Like
She must have re-aggravated something.
I guess so. She hasn't wrestled in what? Well over it has been at least 3 months, right? 3-4 months?
Something. What happened?
What's so funny?
Because you said it aggravated. I was going to say re-aggravated this dick.
Oh, Bobby.
I'm just reading this right now. Eminem is rumored to be at WrestleMania and going to do the music for 2K20.
Ooh, really?
Oh, wait. I'm getting word that is fake news. That is not true.
What year is
And
this?
it's gone.
But yeah, that was Raw and SmackDown for the week. That was our Fastlane recap. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. We are winding down here Just want to give a big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for listening, subscribing, downloading, telling your friends, telling your neighbors, telling your friends' neighbors. We are the new world order of professional podcasting, and we will see you next week.